Today's horoscope, Sagittarius June 12, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. With today's full moon in your sign, you might recognize buried feelings. This lunation puts you in the spotlight. You are in demand. Knowing your heart is empowering. There is some tendency to feel restless and possibly unhappy with your current situation, thinking that there is more out there for you. If this inspires you to take action, then it's productive energy, but if it leaves you hanging and listless, then you might want to remind yourself that what you have now may very well be enough for the moment. This full moon can bring about a significant revelation, likely to do with a relationship or your independence, image, or health. A significant culmination can also occur, and it makes sense to adopt a lighter schedule as a result, if possible. Today's Mercury influences can lead you to seek clarity in your interaction and conversations. A relationship can benefit from a meaningful discussion. It's easier to communicate feelings that perhaps were hard to define before today. It's a good time to enjoy your work or duties, particularly if you mix in a pleasant social element. You're in the heavenly spotlight now. One of the most critical periods of the year has arrived for you. A full moon in your zodiac sign, your solar house of identity, will ignite the heavens. All full moons open a doorway to you in the multiple days that surround them, giving you the chance to see how the patterns and plans you've been building in the past 6 months are paying off. Your most personal and essential hopes and plans are being spotlit, especially around love, sex, and romance. If you'd like to make any adjustments, go for it. You're seized by an impulse to go all out when it comes to something that would ordinarily seem too inconsequential to bother with. Follow that instinct. You'll find new success in untapped arenas. You possess a great deal of endurance. At times this endurance lies dormant, fooling others into thinking that nothing's doing when really an interior journey that will surprise everyone when it is revealed is in the works. Getting in touch with your strength and endurance is not altogether easy. Making it work for you can be a tough process to master. Begin by actualizing yourself on the physical plane. What is your favorite martial art? This could be a helpful tool for you. Welcome to a new day. With the air filled with the essence of vibration, you're sure to feel ready to handle just about anything when it comes to groups. You're not likely going to want to spend much time alone either. Interacting within group environments, if possible, often suits this day's essence better than anything else. Whatever you have on your agenda today, be sure to do it with as many others as you're able. With this collaboration, you'll accomplish a great deal. Today's full moon in Sagittarius is as important for you as it is for your relationships and is an important rite of passage in any year. This is a full moon that will bring you to the halfway point in your current solar, and halfway between your last birthday month and the next is a valuable chance to check in and push the reset button. This is always when the sun is in your relationship sector, and as your own and your relationship needs clash, both you and your relationship benefit from being more aware. A day after Jupiter left your relationship sector, this is a chance for a reset for both you and your relationships. It is during the sun's first full day on his own in your relationship sector after Jupiter left yesterday and Mercury the day before, that he is being confronted by today's full moon in Sagittarius. At the halfway point of each solar and at some point during the sun's month-long visit to your relationship sector each year, this is an important rite of passage when it comes to knowing what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Daily Planetary Overview. Today marks a powerful and meaningful turning point as the full moon rises in Sagittarius, bringing a 6-month lunar cycle to a close. Full moons are always moments of culmination and clarity, and with Sagittarius at the helm, this one invites you to reflect on your personal growth, your leaps of faith, and the ways you've stepped outside of your comfort zone. Think back, where were you 6 months ago? What dreams were just taking root? Sagittarius energy is expansive, bold, and truth-seeking. Maybe you took a risk by starting a new job, diving into a course of study, planning a journey, or simply allowing yourself to dream a little bigger than usual. Even if things didn't go exactly to plan, it's likely that you learned something essential about yourself, and that, in itself, is a form of success. Now that the lunar cycle is reaching its peak, it's a perfect time to celebrate how far you've come. Give yourself credit for the ways you've grown, even if they feel small. We often underestimate our progress because we're too close to see it. So today, try something different, talk about it. Whether with a close friend, a loved one, or even through journaling, express what this chapter has meant to you. Ask someone, have you noticed anything different about me lately? You might be surprised by their insights. Others are likely already noticing your energy shift. Right now, you're radiating optimism and self-assurance and people are responding to it. Wet. Her in your personal life or professional circles, your positive outlook is drawing admiration and respect. You're coming across as capable, thoughtful, and ready to take on the next challenge, and others are naturally gravitating toward your light. This full moon might also bring good news your way. It could arrive in the form of a message, an invitation, or a meaningful acknowledgement of your efforts. Maybe a project you've worked on finally gains traction. Maybe someone you admire reaches out with praise. Or maybe something you'd nearly given up on begins to blossom unexpectedly. Trust that the seeds you've planted are finding fertile ground. Financially, this can be a very promising period, especially if you're thinking about how to use your resources more intentionally. If you've been considering making an investment, whether that's financial, educational, or emotional, this is a good time to seek guidance and weigh your options. People around you are likely to be honest and helpful. If you're speaking with a bank advisor, business partner, or mentor, you'll find their advice surprisingly aligned with your long-term interests. That said, this isn't a time to rush into anything blindly. Sagittarius encourages vision, but it also warns against reckless optimism. So yes, dream big, but balance those dreams with a thoughtful plan. Form a clear strategy. Focus on ventures that align with your deeper purpose, rather than getting pulled into distractions or trends that don't trull. Why resonate? Revisit something you once put on hold. An old passion project, an idea you shelved for another time. Today might be the day to bring it back into the light. You're in a strong position to breathe new life into something that still matters deeply to you. And let's not forget your well-being. This full moon also supports holistic growth. Physical activity, time in nature, or even just a moment of silence with your thoughts can bring the clarity and calm you need. Taking care of your body and mind right now amplifies everything else you do. So ask yourself, where do I feel most aligned right now? What risks have paid off and what lessons came from the ones that didn't? Full moons ask us to reflect, release, and realign. You don't have to have it all figured out, but you do have to keep moving forward. If any of this speaks to your current experience, take a moment to reflect and, better yet, share it. Have you noticed a theme in your life over the last 6 months that's final? Come full circle. Are you standing at the edge of something new? Drop a comment and let others know. You never know how your journey might mirror someone else's or spark a conversation that lights the way. This full moon is a reminder, you've come far. And there's even more ahead. The sky isn't